we're not concerned about anyone else right now. It's Alex Eala time. This is Alex Eala's moment. Our days, our dinners, our evenings are fixated on when she's playing. That's real tennis fandom right there. Love it.
This is so great for tennis in general.
Yeah.
I think having players like Alex out there, and she's so gracious to all her fans. She spends time with her fans, signs the autographs, takes the photos, and really just shows the Filipino community that it is all about the Philippines. And I still carry that flag with me no matter where I go across the world. And such a young woman at that has that wisdom of just what it means to play for her country.
Only 20 years old, such maturity, already a hero to her entire nation. I mean, it's basically Manny Pacquiao and Alex Eala, right? I mean,
That's it. That's it.
That's who they're looking up to.
Alex Eala just hit a number that no Filipino tennis player has ever seen before. And the timing could not have been more fitting. She fought through a match that nearly ended her Indian Wells campaign, found a way to win it anyway, and woke up the following morning ranked higher than she has ever been in her entire career. The tennis world at this point is not just paying attention. It is taking notes. Let's just say it plainly. Alex Eala is now ranked world number 28. According to the WTA Live rankings, that is her career high. That is a number no Filipino tennis player, male or female, has ever reached before her. And she got there by winning a match in the California desert that, by all reasonable accounts, she had absolutely no business winning the way it unfolded. And then she walked into a press conference afterward looking completely unbothered. How high can this go by the end of 2026? Top 20? Top 10? Even higher? Drop your prediction in the comments right now, because based on everything we have watched over the past 12 months, almost nothing feels out of reach anymore.
Yastremska left herself exposed when she came forwards. It's a golden opportunity missed, believe it, after working so hard to get the break. She's been broken right back. Oh. Couldn't have placed it better. The noise is deafening inside Stadium 3. One of the best. But there's just too many errors in her game. Too many double faults. 8 in this set alone. 15 for the match. And it hands Alex Eala a 4th match point. It's Eala's night. And the Filipina wins a blockbuster. Close to midnight in Indian Wells. Look at the great respect between these two. This was a sensational match. Diana Yastremska more than played her part. Lovely respect between the two, but it's Alex Eala who thrives in these matches. She thrives in these kinds of atmospheres, and she's done it again. 7-5, 4-6, 7-5. Incredible, absolutely incredible. And if not the match of the tournament so far, it's certainly a big contender, and it's going to be hard to beat. I think the support in the end got her over the line, but you've got to feel for Diana Yastremska. She had chance.
The win over Diana Yastremska 46-75 was not a clean, comfortable victory where Eala dominated from the opening game and everyone went home early. It was a fight, 3 sets, multiple momentum swings. A third set where Yastremska had broken serve and was controlling the match, looking every bit like the player who was about to close it out and send Eala home. And then Eala did what Eala does. She found something when there was seemingly nothing left to find, produced some of the most fearless tennis of her day, and turned the entire thing around. That win moved her from an official ranking of 32 to number 28 on the WTA Live rankings. And before the tennis world had even fully processed what she had just done, her next opponent was confirmed: Coco Gauff, world number 4, on American soil, in front of Gauff's home crowd, less than a month after Gauff defeated her 6-0, 6-2 in Dubai. The universe has a very specific sense of humor when it comes to Eala's career. But let's not rush past the ranking milestone, because it deserves its own moment before we start talking about what comes next. Number 28 in the world. In women's tennis, on the WTA Tour, a circuit played globally, that has produced legends from dozens of countries, that maintains one of the deepest and most competitive professional draws in all of sport. To be sitting at number 28 in that field at 20 years old as a Filipino player is not something you acknowledge with a casual nod and a quick pivot to the next story. That is a genuinely historic achievement. The people who have been following Eala since her junior days, since she was winning junior Grand Slam titles and turning heads on the development circuit, have been waiting for this kind of trajectory to materialize at the senior level. And now it is here, undeniably, in real rankings, backed by real wins, against real professional players on real professional surfaces. The number is on the board. Cannot be debated. How she got here tells the story better than the ranking alone. Eala has not built this ranking by beating easy opponents in small tournaments. She has been playing on the big stages, against players capable of beating anyone on their best day, and finding ways to win when it gets genuinely difficult. That is the defining pattern of her 2026 so far. The talent was never the question. The talent has been obvious since she was a teenager. The question was always about consistency, about whether she could replicate what she produced in junior tennis at the senior level, week after week, against players who are physically stronger, more experienced, and competing for their livelihoods. That question is being answered in real time. And the answer is looking increasingly like yes. What number 28 actually means. The top 32 players in the world receive direct entry into the main draws of Grand Slam tournaments. At number 28, Eala is comfortably inside that threshold. No qualifying rounds. No grinding through a preliminary bracket before the main event even begins. She walks straight into the draw at the biggest tournaments in the sport. That is a significant advantage, both logistically and mentally. Players who qualify arrive having already played multiple matches. Players who enter directly conserve energy, prepare specifically for their first-round opponent, and step into the tournament without the accumulated weight of qualification. At number 28, Eala has earned the right to prepare the way the top players prepare. That changes how you manage your body, schedule your season, and approach each event. And if she goes deep at Indian Wells, if she can get past Gauff and keep winning, that number climbs further still. A run to the quarterfinals or semifinals at a WTA 1000 event would generate a substantial points haul and could push her into the top 20 for the first time in her career. Let that sentence land for a moment. 2 years ago, the conversation was about whether Eala could establish herself in the top 100 on the senior tour. 1 year ago, the question was whether she could break into the top 50 and stay there. And now the top 20 is a realistic math-based outcome that could be achieved during this very tournament. The trajectory, laid out flat, is almost difficult to believe. And yet here we are, the elephant in the press conference room. Eala's reward for beating Yastremska is a match against the player who beat her most recently and most convincingly. Gauff at Indian Wells is exactly the kind of matchup that tests everything a player has built. Gauff is not simply ranked number 4 in the world. She is playing at home in California, where the crowd will be almost entirely behind her, and that crowd factor is a real force. The momentum of a stadium full of people willing every point toward your opponent changes how matches feel, how pressure builds, and how small errors compound into lost games. Eala acknowledged all of it in her post-match press conference. She said the match is going to be tough. She expects a massive crowd behind Gauff. She said she will have to dig even deeper than she did against Yastremska. And then she said she is excited and ready. which is either the most genuinely confident thing a player can say after surviving a third-set battle, or a brilliantly composed answer concealing the full extent of the mental preparation happening behind the scenes. Probably both. The Dubai scoreline needs to be addressed honestly. 6-0, 6-2. That is the number critics point to when they want to pump the brakes on the Eala momentum. And they are not wrong to point to it. That scoreline represents a version of Coco Gauff operating at a level where Eala genuinely could not find answers. The power, the consistency, the pace. All of it was too much on that particular day. There is no spin on a 6-0, 6-2 loss. It was a comprehensive performance from Gauff and a difficult learning experience for Eala. But here is the part that critics consistently leave out. Eala played that match at a lower ranking, at an earlier stage of her 2026 season, before the series of wins that have now pushed her to a career high. The player who walks onto the court at Indian Wells is not the same player who walked off the court in Dubai. More match experience, more confidence built from surviving difficult situations, and the specific knowledge of what Gauff does and what adjustments need to be made. Whether those adjustments are enough to change the outcome is a different question entirely. But the inputs going into this match are different from the inputs that produced that Dubai result. And that matters. Also worth noting, Eala and Gauff have history beyond their singles matches. They were doubles partners at a point in their careers. That means Eala has seen Gauff up close in a collaborative context, has watched how she moves, communicates, and reads situations. That familiarity doesn't automatically translate into a singles win. But it is not nothing either. Knowing your opponent as a person and as a player gives you a different category of information than film study alone can provide. The broader picture. Tennis is a global sport with a deeply established hierarchy. Breaking into the upper tier of that hierarchy as a player from the Philippines, without the infrastructure, coaching pipelines, and historical success rate that players from the United States, Russia, Czech Republic, or Australia enjoy, is genuinely harder than it looks from the outside. The resources that go into developing a top 30 player in those countries are enormous. The development systems, the academies, the financial support, the early identification of talent, all of it compounds over years and produces players who arrive on the senior tour already battle-tested and well-resourced. Eala got here on talent, work ethic, and mental toughness that has been visible since she was winning junior titles and making people take notice at a very young age. She carries an entire country's expectations onto every court she walks onto. And the fan base that travels, cheers, and floods social media with support after every win and every loss is a direct reflection of what she means to Filipino sport. Number 28 in the world is not just a ranking. It is a statement about what is possible. It is proof that the trajectory was real, that the junior success was a preview and not a ceiling, and that the senior tour is exactly where Alexandra Eala belongs. The critics who questioned whether the junior resume would translate, whether she had what it takes to compete consistently against the best players in the world, are watching the ranking updates right now. And the ranking updates are saying the same thing every match adds to. She is here. She is climbing. And she is not done. Indian Wells is not over. The Gauff match is coming. The crowd will be loud. The opponent will be elite. The moment will be as large as any she has faced. But a player who fights back from the edge of elimination in the third set, and then tells the press she is excited for the next one, has a quality that rankings cannot fully capture. Number 28 is where she stands today. The question is where the ceiling actually is. And right now, nobody has a convincing answer to that question, which, if you have been following this story from the beginning, is exactly where you always hoped it would end up.